Okay, so we're going to do a recording here. We're going to give this company, Southern Elite, a call. They have a load that was picked up on the 26th. It was supposed to be delivered on the 28th. And this guy wants to know what's going on with his load. So we're gonna try to help this guy out here, but we're gonna call him and probably gonna do a show on them because they don't check out right. But right now we have a load being held hostage. So let's give them a call. I'm gonna let you guys listen on the call.
I'm speaking.
Hi, I need to talk to someone regarding a load. Whoever's in.
Okay. How may I help you? Can
What's your
job number?
Can I ask your name first off?
My name is Adam.
Adam. Okay. The job number is 548-62927. You guys picked up this load. Listen to me very closely now. You picked up this load on the 26th. It shows it was supposed to be delivered on the 28th. You're also trying to charge him in full before this delivery is made. And I'm going to tell you right now, there's something in that load. Listen to me. Let me finish. Let me finish. There's something in that load. If you don't solve it very quickly within the next couple of hours, I will call the FBI and the Department of Defense, and they're going to come knocking on your door. Are we clear with that part?
Oh yeah. I've been speaking with him.
I see the emails. I don't see nothing getting done.
What needs to be done?
Why is this load not delivered? It was supposed to be delivered on the 28th, according to the paperwork.
According to the paperwork, we have a business days window from his first available delivery date.
It says right on there, pickup date and delivery date. I'm looking right at the paperwork. It was a 500.
Read the whole contract.
Listen, it was a 500-mile load. 500-mile load.
Okay.
So why isn't it delivered?
Because we have a business days window.
What are you talking about window here? I'm looking right at the paperwork where it says delivery.
Delivery date.
No, top right corner. Top right corner says delivery date 6/28/25. And should I call you Adam or who's Ahmed? Are you Ahmed? Ahmed, amen?
No, it's not me.
Okay, well, I need to speak with Ahmed. I've already pulled all the FMCSA filings. I've already pulled the corporations. I'm fully aware of the other company in New Jersey. I need to talk to someone. I want this load solved very quickly. Why are you asking for full payment and you haven't even delivered the load?
Nobody asking for a full payment, sir.
I see the emails. You are committing fraud. I'm letting you know right now. I'm going to call the Department of Defense. You have something in that load, and if it's not delivered immediately, you're going to have the FBI breathing down your back like you've never seen before. I'm not some small guy. I want to know now. He's been asking you, where is this load? Where is the load?
The shipment on its way should be delivered Saturday or
No. It's not good enough. I'm going to call the FBI within 1 hour. You better call this customer.
That's fine, sir.
Okay.
There's nothing good, I guess.
Okay, you challenged me? No problem. You're going to get a show. It's going to go to everybody in the transportation industry. I'm a U.S. veteran. I'm going to call the FBI and the Department of Defense directly because I know what's in the load. You don't understand, Ahmed, or whoever you are. Your addresses don't even check out. You're committing FMCSA fraud. I promise you, you have my number. If this customer, I'm going to call him now. If this load isn't delivered tonight, believe me, hell is coming. Hell like you've never seen before. Okay.
Right.
Okay. We're going to see, Ahmed.
Thank you so much.
Bye. Okay. So we got our challenge here from this guy. They think it's a joke. I'm not playing with any of these frauds. So that's the recording. And I know the customer. So we're going to recover this load. How's everyone doing? How is everyone doing? So first we're going to have some new viewers. So if you're a new viewer, obviously you're getting this video sent to your email because you're probably the frauds that are involved in this madness. So pay close attention. I warned you guys that your video would be coming out. You didn't believe me. I guess you don't know what I do, and how I do my research. So if this is your first time, welcome to being exposed on the Axel Live Show. Now, to all my regular lovely viewers, oh boy, I got an interesting one for you today. This one involves motor carrier authorities, but in the moving side. But I believe there's more nonsense going on, and I got a lot of different things to show you, but pay close attention, as I always say, because these frauds are working all over within the trucking industry, the moving industry, the expedite industry, from bottom to top to all the way around. But I like exposing them. I like digging into their stuff because they're dumb as rocks, just pure dumb as rocks. So how about we roll into it, folks? So Elite Van Lines exposed. We're going to have Southern Elite Van Lines with Northern Elite Van Lines. Then with the third carrier, that's really funny how they expose themselves. Let's start. So I got a few slides here, a little bit more than a few, but a lot of interesting information here, and I hope you enjoy what I do. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Support the channel, the only channel that exposes them from the rough way. So this is Elite Van Lines, Southern Elite Van Lines. Let me turn this off right here. Okay. So US DOT number 408-3659, MC 1554160. Couple of things you're going to pay attention to here, folks, is the number of power units, number of drivers, as you see on the bottom there, the physical address and the mailing address. We're going to have, and the phone, actually the phone number too. All this plays an important part, what these guys are doing. So let's move right along. Oh, this entity has a pending insurance cancellation. Yeah. And some of you are going to say, oh, yeah, well, maybe it's due for renewal and this and that. Just wait till we go along in the show and explain to me how all of them have pending insurance cancellations, among some other stuff. So this authority was granted in 7/21/2023. Household goods common carrier. Going to move right along. This is the insurance history. Normal we see, as far as I'm concerned, when I see these frauds and crooks, when I start seeing replace, cancel, replace, canceled, replace, canceled, and the authority's not even that old. It's not even that old. It's literally what, 2 years, a little under 2 years? And you already have all this switching of all this stuff. And if you notice there on the insurance policy, cargo 5,000. So for any of you using this moving company, their cargo coverage only showing 5,000. I don't know. Some TVs can be easily 3,000 or 4,000. You'll see the policy there from Progressive. I hope Progressive watches the show to see what's going on. They might be very interested from what I hear. Let's move right along here. So the first address there, physical address, goes to this ratty building, and it shows Kamek Manufacturing. 117 First Avenue in Thompson. It's so whacked out, people, what's going on here. But when I look, I don't see no Southern Elite Van Lines there. There's not even a Google screenshot of any trucks laying around, even a broken down engine or something, a few tires, something. It looks like a ratty old building. So that's their physical address. Now here, this is showing the mailing address. This little like cozy little house here. It looks like, I don't know, they just decided to build it at the end there and just sandwich in between those other two houses. But just, I got to point out the addresses because you're going to see stuff ain't matching up. Stuff is not matching up, and I hope FMCSA is taking note of what's going on. These people should not have an authority. It should be turned off. It should be revoked. So, on a corporation, the agent address is 207 South Barksdale Street, Memphis, Shelby County, Memphis, Tennessee. Look at that down there. Mailing address, P.O. Box 11711, Memphis, Tennessee, and head office, Memphis, Tennessee. But wait a minute. What did this say over here? Am I losing my mind here? This shows Georgia and Georgia. Oh, that's not fraud? Okay, it's not fraud. You tell me, folks. You leave a comment. Why every time we come across these guys, it's the same nonsense. So Georgia to Memphis, Tennessee. It's a big difference between the corporation and then where they're having their authority. No? Do you check anything, FMCSA? Are you just lost, completely so lost over there? So, back to the cozy little, I don't know, rat hole apartment building in Memphis, I guess. But this is a big moving company, supposedly. Let's move right along. So the guy's name, and I asked for him. I don't know if it was the guy I was talking to, because, you know, these foreign guys a lot of times running these operations, they like to lie. They like to make up names. But this is who's showing as the agent, Ahmed Amen. He's showing at that address. Now, like I showed before, it's such a common name. I don't know if this guy owns all this crap here or it's just a common name. And that's why these authorities, whether it's broker or carrier, these guys are going to start having, they're going to need special ID numbers or something, because this is crazy. This is crazy. You don't even know if this guy is over in this country. So this is from Broker Snapshot. And as you can see there, the address, the P.O. Box, the Memphis, there's Grovetown, Georgia, there's Kenosha Court, there's 117 First Street, and you'll see over there Ahmed Amen over there, whatever his name is. You'll see 2023 7 changes, 2024 11 changes, 2025 5 changes. The freaking authority is only like 2 years old, and they're doing all these changes. We know what that means usually. Let's move right along. So these are little snippets from the guy who I found on Reddit, actually. He was crying because his freight was missing. He did a move, and these guys picked it up on June 26. Now, pay close attention to what I'm showing you here. On the right there, it says agreed pickup date, actual pickup date, first available delivery date, 6/28/25. But of course, they leave blank, delivery no later than. But that top piece there shows 4059 Corners Way, Grovetown, Georgia. I didn't see that on the corporation. I didn't see that on the Federal Motor Carrier Authority. The second one, it's a couple pages in this contract. The second one, which is supposedly the bill of lading, is showing the 117 First Street Avenue, Thompson, Georgia. The third one is showing the 207 Barksdale Street, Apartment 5. Like, they can't even do their paperwork right. This is crazy what's going on. They lose track of what they're doing because they don't know how things operate in this country. So let's move along. Now, a little snippet. So I guess he paid $596.32 reservation deposit. Amount paid at pickup, $1247.84, and amount due at delivery. And now this guy included me in a bunch of emails, and I just cut out the snippets I needed. Dear Ryan, your card that you submit is declined. That you submit, not even right English, is declined. We need to settle the payment of $1247.84 ASAP, plus the expedite delivery $400. Expedite delivery? There ain't nothing been expedited here, buddy. Let me explain something to you. The load was literally 500 miles. I don't care if it's a Sprinter van. I don't care if it's a box truck. I don't care if it's a big truck. 500 miles can be driven direct. No questions asked. But the guy still doesn't have his load, and today is already July 3rd, and this was picked up on the 26th. But now you want another 400 for expedite. Oh, yeah. You guys, and then he says here, your shipment is on the way. You should have it within the next 2 days. Please advise me ASAP. Please advise me ASAP. You guys, listen. They're all talking about no English in the trucks for the drivers. This nonsense needs to stop too. I'll be honest with you. It needs to stop. These guys can't even communicate properly. They don't know the rules and regulations. They all need to go. If we didn't receive the payment within tomorrow, I mean, I would lose my mind talking to these guys. I will have the dispatch send your belongings back to the storage. Thank you. It's literally going 500 miles. Now you're talking about storage. We know why. Because you want to try to charge the guy now for storage too. You think you're slick, but you're not slick. The FMCSA has rules for you guys, and you're not following them. The guy was in the emails sending him all kinds of snippets from 49 CFR, and there's some strict stuff for the moving guys. Let's move right along. So inside his contract, because in that phone call, you see, he was kind of referring to this delivery time. They don't even have the contract written correctly. And I'll be honest with you, folks, I'm wearing glasses. The fine print is fine print, and it's packed so tightly. But let me give you guys a little hot tip. You can take these pages and literally drop them in ChatGPT and tell ChatGPT to go over it and pull out what you need. It's very nice. And the one line says, carrier will have the option to deliver the shipment up to 21 business days after the delivery address. That's the most stupidest sentence I've ever heard. So I asked ChatGPT, you know, I'm an inquisitive kind of guy. If a clause is ambiguously or incorrectly worded, especially like the 21 business days after the delivery address line, it can absolutely be challenged as unenforceable or non-binding in court or arbitration. As we go along, you're going to see some more stuff here. And I believe all the guys' money should be refunded. And these guys should be written up. There should be a complaint to the FMCSA, and these authorities should be turned off because it gets worse, folks. It always gets worse, doesn't it? So when you look up this Southern Elite Van Lines to go for a website, it's very funny because on Google you see peachmoving.co, but it also has with it Southern Elite Van Lines. Well, see, they used to be Peach Moving Company. These bozos are as dumb as rocks. They left the same phone number and everything. They even have this 4059 Corners Way, Grovetown, Georgia. Now, if we go back, 4059, I don't see this 4059 on the authority. Anybody see 4059 on the authority? I don't see it on the authority. And then where was the corporation? No, it wasn't that one. Where did we put the corporation at? Anyways, I remember on the corporation it didn't have that address either. Okay, so what? I don't know how the website has a fifth address, but it was used for both times for Peach Moving Company and now for Southern Elite Van Lines. Where we're gonna go to these websites now, real quick. It's a website day. So here's Southern Elite Van Lines. Let me turn this on for you. You'll know the setup is the same. These guys are just, they're just dummies, man. Just dummies. I gotta say they're just dummies. So it's got the same phone number. It's got the same, I don't want to chat with you guys. You got the same van picture, stock photos, your moving experts, our services, all stock photos, nothing real, long distance moving, commercial moving, you know, all the same garbage. Even I believe I recently used Southern Elite, you know, it's got these bogus reviews, you know. I went to the Instagram, I went to Facebook, I'll show you snippets from those also, but like you see here, 4059 Corners Way, Grovetown, Georgia, a totally different address than what's on the authority and the corporation. Let's move along to the next one. So here's their old one, Peach Moving Company. This must be when they were really, really amateurs because this looks corny as hell. So we're going to turn this on here. Same thing, stock photos, everything, same stuff. Look, they even have the same color green. Same photos. They're just chameleons, more chameleon activity. This one, they didn't even put the stuff at the bottom. I don't know, I've seen it somewhere. Well, it's on the top, the 4059 Corners Way. Let's move along. So here he is on Instagram. And then I took this snapshot because inside the Instagram there, it said Southern Elite Van Lines LC, our branch up north in New Jersey, Northern Elite Van Lines, if you located around New York, blah, blah, blah. So 100% connected. They've acknowledged they're connected. You see all these trucks in the photo. We're gonna get to all this goofball stuff. Okay, Facebook, same thing. You'll see he's got the 207 South Barksdale, Southern Elite Van Lines. Okay, Facebook. So Southern Elite Van Lines, but yet they're showing these photos which go to, well, they kind of admit it on the bottom. It says our warehouse branch up north. But in these photos here, I don't even know why I put this little screenshot. It doesn't go with it. My mistake, whatever. But anyways, pay attention to two photos. You got yellow box trucks, you got little box trucks, you got all these trucks. But yet on authority, it said one driver, one truck. And these aren't little trucks, folks. These go from small box trucks to the 26-footers to large tractor trailers. Same thing here. So here's the right snapshot. So the Northern Elite Van Lines is doing business as Northern Elite Van Lines, but the legal name is Wrap and Tag Moving LLC. You see all these trucks? Same thing. It's showing one power unit, one driver. One power. I mean, they're claiming to be a big moving company, but they're only showing one unit and one driver. That's not what I'm seeing in the photos and what's being put online. So here's this authority for Wrap and Tag Moving Line LLC, Northern Elite Van Lines. Same like I said. This thing also has an address, physical address, Cortlandt Street, and then you have this mailing address, 180 Maple Avenue, apartment 2. Oh, looky here, folks. Looky here. The Northern Brother, they got this entity as pending insurance cancellation also. Interesting, no? Look, dismissed in 2009, granted in 2021, revoked in 2023, reinstated in 2023. It's like they breathe life into these zombie authorities, because I don't know if this truly was even theirs to begin with. But I'm seeing now 2 authorities showing they're connected, doing obvious fraud with the addresses and everything. Now we're up to 2. Going to get worse. So this Wrap and Tag Moving LLC, also the current active insurance is showing 5,000 cargo. You're running all those trucks, supposedly. One unit, and you're doing moving, and you only have 5,000 coverage. Who is moving with you guys? Who's moving all their expensive goods and their property with 5,000 cargo? Okay? That's what I'd like to know. And this, look, this cancellation is due on July 26th, if FMCSA is right. But either way, look at this history. Canceled, replaced, canceled, replaced, canceled, replaced, canceled. It's unbelievable. And this authority is showing just a few years old. It was just turned back on in 2023. I don't know. Okay, so here's the property, the 522 Cortlandt Street, Belleville, New Jersey. This is a current Google snapshot. Same thing, showing all these trucks sitting in that parking lot. I can't see a sign on the building. I zoomed, I went around, I looked. I don't know if this is a multi-use space. In the front, the street side, it has 2 other businesses. So I don't know what's going on over here. Now, the mailing address goes to this. You can't even see the house from the front street, the 180 Maple Avenue. Like, this is crazy to me. It looks like something from a scary movie. So I had to go to the side street. I don't know how this house says apartment, because on the authority, let me see, what did it say on the authority here? It said 180 Maple Avenue, apartment 2. So are you telling me there's apartments in this house? I don't know. It's just strange. Everything is strange. They're operating moving companies with mailing addresses out of apartments. It's unbelievable. So their broker snapshot, same thing. Look at how the address has changed from 2021, 18 Maple Avenue, 180 Maple Avenue with apartment 2, 520 Cortlandt, P.O. Box. There's a different P.O. Box there, 3240. Then they got a 1 Locust Avenue. All these different address changes. And then look on the left there, how it changed from Northern Elite Van Lines. Then it was Top American Movers. Then Wrap and Tag Moving LLC. Then Wrap and Tag, Northern Elite. Then Wrap and Tag Moving LLC. You guys are just changing names all around the place, aren't you? And these weird names, Zizo Mara Sanchez and Nelson Funes. You know, this is crazy. The people that are operating these companies are putting people in risk on the road, not only from not having correct insurance, but lying about everything. But you're movers, huh? Running with motor carrier authorities. You're not even honest to get the authority. Okay, so here's the two. You got the Southern Elite on the left. You got the Northern Elite on the right. Now, of course, when I looked on New Jersey, I think you have to pay to send for the records or whatever. So I can't see who's even the owner of that one. We could get it, or the feds can get it. FMCSA definitely can get it also. And I'm not going to pay to go look it up. Somebody want to send it and put it in the description who the actual owner is. God bless you. But these two companies are connected. Now, we got an interesting part here. They send him a message, an email. He tells them, I will give them a call tomorrow. They need to provide me with license plates, any information about the truck. Now, this supposed David here, and they all like David and Sam and Henry, all these frauds, they can't even use their real names. This came from them. David at Southern Elite Van Lines wrote, the truck is in Georgia. Just left 2 hours ago. So they picked up the load on the 26th, and now they're saying the truck is in Georgia still on the 2nd of July. But it gets better. The truck is in Georgia, just left 2 hours ago, and it's on 18-wheelers. It's on 18-wheelers. 53-foot tractor trailer, and here is the number of the driver. So two things are important here to remember, folks. One, he mentions this load is in an 18-wheeler, a 53-foot tractor. Now, the second part is he sends the driver number. Well, you know, Axel, he searches the driver number. And lo and behold, look what I find. A third authority. This driver, supposedly, that's on the load, he has an authority. So now let me get this right. You're either a fake moving company, double brokering these loads from carrier authority to carrier authority because you said it, your own words. This is the driver and the load. That exact number goes to this authority, also out of New Jersey, also out of an apartment. 201-878-8878. You're unbelievable. You're unbelievable. Same thing, one power unit, one driver. Let's move along. Oh, look here. Look here. You guys are famous now. You're famous. Another one, this entity has a pending insurance cancellation. So all three of these authorities that are connected are definitely high risk. Because not only are they probably lying about the units they're using, they're co-brokering, double brokering, whatever you guys want to call it. I can see what it is, okay? And then you got this insurance stuff. You got the low cargo coverage. This authority was granted in 2023. I'm going to assume here that this is possibly one of their authorities. You get it, folks? You get it? I don't believe this is a separate person. I believe this is another one of their authorities. Possible, maybe the FMCSA or the feds can look deeply into this before somebody else gets killed on the road. So, the insurance, same thing on this one. 5,000 cargo. 5,000. What I found interesting is the primary doesn't show a cancellation date. I don't know why that would be blank. Most of it has it in there. This was effective last August 2024. So I'm going to assume it's going to be 8/8/25. But either way, the cargo coverage, again, only showing 5,000. And it's a 53-footer. It only needs 5,000 cargo coverage. What are you guys moving? Boxes of crackers? AMJ Trucking out of New Jersey. There's a name here. El Mutazim Matar. Same thing on this one. 4 changes in 2023, 3 in 2024, 6 in 2025. AMJA Trucking LLC. It's shown on top related 7 companies. I didn't want to go dig all into it. Once you go down the rabbit hole, it's hard to come back out. The mud is slippery. So, heck, we're almost done with the show, folks. I go and Google the number. Well, search it. And I see this AMJA A. Rabat. I need help today to unload 15 cube in Butler, PA at 5 p.m. Please call this phone number if you are interested. So that name doesn't match that name. Okay, that's on the authority. But yet he's saying to call that number. So this guy shows he lives in New York. It's not New Jersey. Says New York. Married to Majud Matar. Okay? So you got Hamza and you got Majud. And then you got Al Mutazam Matar. I don't know. So this looks like is somebody related possibly to Majud Matar. Or they're not using their correct names when they're getting their authorities and their corporations. Because how are you putting on your Facebook Majud Matar, but over here we have Al Mutazam Matar, but yet the number goes to Hamza. It's a wide web of bullshit. So where are we here? Let me see. I'm gonna move right along. Did I lose my screen? Yeah, I lost my damn screen. Shoot. Sometimes it happens. So anyways, folks, that's the show. You got Southern Elite Lines, Northern Elite Lines, then they give the driver number, and it goes to a third authority, all with 5K cargo coverages. They're only showing one unit, yet they're showing yards with a bunch of trucks. They're acting like they're big moving companies. And the load was picked up on the 26th. It's already the 3rd. And let me explain something to you folks. Inside that load, and I hate to say it, but I have to say it because the feds, they're going to have to go over there possibly. I warned these guys to deliver that load immediately. There's a laptop in that load. And what I'm going to tell you is it's the property of the Department of Defense. So I think this person possibly made a mistake going with this moving company. And I want to put that stuff anyways in the move. But we got an issue here because this stuff is jumping around supposedly from truck to truck to truck. And now they're saying a warehouse. Then they're saying it's still in Georgia. And this stuff is supposed to get shipped all the way up to Illinois, however you guys want to call it. Last note here. The load was picked up in a U-Haul truck. Believe me, this stuff is crazy. So you don't know what's going on, but we can assume and we know there's 100% fraud going on here. So, folks, let me know how you like the show. Southern Elite Lines, David, Hamza, Mahood, whatever your names are, you're all frauds. You're all criminals. That's as far as I'm concerned. You lie to the FMCA. You're lying to everybody. Nothing matches. Last note for you, and I'm out of here. Like, share, and subscribe, and hamdallah. Hamdallah. Knuckleheads. I'm out. I'll see you guys later, folks. And it doesn't click. Man, what's going on? Ay. Man, I have it all set up and it won't click. Can you believe it? Let me try now. Nope. Yep, sometimes you got those glitches, folks. Anyways, I'm out again. Bye-bye.